Hi guys, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be doing a full face of Vieve. I've even got my little Vieve shirt on, the one with the cool black, no, not Black Panthers because that's a leopard. Like the leopard or the cheetahs, I don't really know. One has like spots, one has like rings. I don't know my animals. After my Vieve haul, which I'll link up in the eye somewhere up here, you guys really want to see me do a full face of Vieve. Now there are a few products that I don't own, like her eyeliners and things like that, but honestly, like, I'm not a massive eyeliner wearer. I don't think she has any brow products, so where she doesn't have products, I'll fill that in with other bits. Of course, I'll list everything that I've used on my face today in the description bar down below, but my goodness, let's just hop in. Let's just put a full face of Vieve on my face. What I'm going to do before I start applying to my face, I want to kind of give you a rapid quick fire of all the products I own from Vieve, just kind of show you the things that she has and things I'm really interested in, repeat buys, things like that. I do need some makeup today. I would like some coverage because I've got some pimples. The week before Aunt Flo comes knocking, so my skin's like, help me. In terms of eyeshadow, I only have the one eyeshadow palette. This is the Ninetease palette, which honestly, I'm so excited to swatch this. This has got the like jaguars on it, and it's got this really cool grey toned look. So I'm thinking like a grey toned smoky eye today, like, yeah, something along those lines. This looks so stunning. I don't own anything quite like this. I also own the Vieve Wand eye library. These are all like the matte colours and like the neutral colours, so I might use one of the black crayons on my eye today as like a little base. I own 3 of her lip dews. I don't own the original, I just own this little kit that I picked up with these 3 colours here. These are really, really nice. I'm actually using these 2 on like a daily basis. Really, really love those. They're always in my handbag. I do have lip liners. Honestly, I have so many more, and I have just like combed through every bag that I have on the go because I'm a mental case and I can't just have one bag on the go. And these are just half of them. I don't know where my Desert Sands is, but that one is a favourite and it's about this big. So I have her liners, absolutely love her lip liners. I have 2 powder blushes. I've got this one in Pesca, which is one of my faves. I've used this quite a lot. It doesn't look panned or anything, but I've used it quite a lot. And then I have, if I can open it, Cherub, which is really, really lovely. Really love this blush. Vieve doesn't have a foundation, but they do have a concealer. I've got mine in the shade Light 3. It's a really chunky concealer. What millage is it? It's 13 mil, so it's half a fluid ounce, which is like half a bottle of foundation, so it's a big puppy. I've also got the Skin Nova Instant Radiant Primer, which we're going to try out today as well. Got some hair clips. I've got a sharpener. I've got the Modern Powder Perfector in Light, which this does look pretty light, but the medium one looked a little bit too orangey leaning, so I feel this would be fine. A little bit of bronze situation, it will be good. I am quite pale. I'd say I'm more of a light than a fair. But if I'm like not tanned at all, like a little cave creature, which I have been for quite a while, she's been in her cave all winter, I can possibly stretch to this light. I've got a pair of lashes. These are the ones, the half lashes in HL5 Smoky. I've got a sample of the Skin Dew Glow Multitasker, which is her like liquid highlight. I've got the Modern Bronzing Duo in Light 1 and Light 2, or Light 1 and Light 2. I don't know which one. One's more of a warm toned orangey and one's more like a cool tone, so I feel like together they might be quite nice. So I've got that. I've also got every bloody lipstick she owns because I'm a crazy person. I'm a crazy person. Take the key and throw it away. I'm a crazy person. I love her lipsticks. Her lipsticks and lip liners. Honestly, I love them. But clearly that's not enough. I did a quick little haul from her website. Vieve. I had a £10 off voucher because I spent so much last time. And I picked up some other bits. I picked up 4 little bits that I don't own. And here we have the Skin Glow, like the Nova Glow highlighter. I don't own this one, and I did think to myself, if I want to do a full face of Vieve, I might as well pick up the highlighter. I've heard mixed things about this one. This is in Bijou, which is the lightest highlighter. It's like a golden shade. I'm actually looking forward to swatching this and trying it out on my face. Again, there's been mixed reviews on this. Some people say it's too chunky, some people saying they love it, so we'll see. I'll be the judge of that. And then I lost all sense of reality and picked up, why did I pick up 3 liquid blushes? Because the marketing sold me, alright? Okay, that's the truth of the matter. I picked up 3 of the Sunset Blush Balms, one in the shade Rosa, Cherub and Pesca. So Cherub and Pesca I already own in the powder format, so We'll see. We'll give everything a little bit of a swatch. So let's pull you a little bit closer. I was going to use these little clips, so I don't really need them because I've got my hair up in like the messiest bun you've ever seen in your entire life. Let's use it on this baby hair that's going to fall down. Yes. Yes. Fashion. Fashion. I really hope the eyeshadows don't fall out because I'm going to do my base first. Now, Vieve doesn't have a foundation yet. I feel like a foundation is going to come because if she can do like the concealer, then she can do a foundation. I feel like they're within the same realm of one another. Coloured cosmetics, you know, for base. But what I see her do multiple times on her Instagram is she gets a bit of Skin Nova on the back of her hand, like this. And then she gets a bit of her concealer. I should have done this the other way around, but I'm a doofus. Like, look at this doe foot applicator. It's absolutely monstrous. So this is what she kind of does, and then mixes it on the back of her hand with a brush. So like this, maybe? I don't know. By the way, I have moisturised my face maybe about half an hour ago with the Fresh Deep Hydration Rose Cream. Did I say that right? Rose Deep Hydration Face Cream. I really like it, and it's been nice. It's been nice underneath my makeup. Now, do I put primer on underneath? Nah. Okay, let's just go for it. I feel like Meredith. What's her name that does like the whole on with the brush? Okay, here goes none. This is the clean, well, it was a clean brush before I stuck it in the Vieve products, but this was a clean brush, so no other product was getting mixed in with it. So I think by like my count, this should be like it's like when you sheer out a full coverage foundation. Like, this is a concealer that we are mixing in with a primer, so I'm hoping that this kind of gives me a good amount of coverage. Sometimes when I've got good coverage, I don't feel the need to do like the whole concealer underneath the eyes. Sometimes I feel like I don't need it. I don't need it. Sometimes I just have a bit of powder or a dot of concealer just to brighten. But I've definitely gone to the Gen Z train of like less is more, especially when it comes to the base. Like, less is not more when it comes to my eyeshadow, my blush, my highlight. Oh, I love all of that. But when it comes to the skin, I don't actually really like full coverage. I do own quite a few full coverage coverage foundations, but I don't know. I like to be able to like cover but see my skin peeking through slightly. I still want to be able to cover things like redness and little spots, but I don't mind. Like, I've got some like freckly moles. They're not like big juicy moles. Not that there's anything wrong with that either, but I've got kind of like some freckly moles that honestly I don't mind if they kind of peek through. I kind of like to not look too cake facey. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a time and a place, and sometimes I'm like, put it all on my face now. Cake it on. Come on, girl. I just don't want to look like you could get a spoon and scrape it off my face. Just not quite my vibe, you know? Okay. That was like 2 sort of like doe foot worth of the concealer and 2 pumps of the Skin Dew. I think like the colouring is honestly a hair off. I could have probably gone for light 3, but I actually prefer to be this colour, so it's actually my neck and the rest of my body that's not the colour that I want it to be. So I'll just like bronze and maybe take some of this down. But honestly, like, it's not terrible. Like, you can see it's like a smidgen too dark. You can see that. But honestly, like I said, I'll just drag this down a little bit. I do need to do some self-tanning or just get out in the sun a little bit because I'm looking quite pale. This is actually really nice. It's not dewy. It's not blowing my socks off, but it's quite natural looking. It's kind of like that satin matte, I'd say, on my skin anyway, and I've got very dry skin. So let's do another little concoction of that. I've gone with 3 pumps of the Skin Nova this time, and I'm going to go for 2 sort of doe foot's worth. That's 1 doe foot worth. It does say on this concealer that there's a customizable coverage. I feel like what they mean by that is buildable coverage, which this is kind of why I wanted to test out and apply a little bit more and just see what the situation is. I don't think I'm going to apply concealer under my eyes because obviously I'm basically putting it all over my face, but I might just put some in the inner corner before the eyeshadow. We'll see. Okay, so this is what my skin is looking like now. Honestly, like, it doesn't look bad. It looks very like sheeny and nice. But honestly, like, when I get up close, I just feel like this could potentially look a little bit cakey later. That skin glow, like the Skin Nova, sorry, I can definitely see the benefits it's giving, and I feel like this is a really lovely base or something to mix in with foundations. I just think because the concealer is quite thick, because it's a concealer, I think it might cake up a little bit. I do want to just put, I know this sounds crazy, I sound crazy, I do want to just put an absolute touch of it in here and just like leave on for a second. and just a bit here. Vieve actually doesn't have a setting spray that I know of. I don't think there is one, but I'm just going to go with some MAC Fix Plus and just kind of let that in, let that just soak in a little bit. And this is what I do anyway with any foundation, just because I am drier. I just like to kind of get a bit more moisture in my skin. I'm just going to take a little concealer brush and just kind of stipple that in. Okay, I feel really hydrated and glowy. This glow that you're seeing now, I kind of work in reverse of an oily person. I have to start off glowy so that by the end of the day I don't look like a dry sponge. So yeah, I'm happy with this so far. I want to go in with the powder just to try it out. Honestly, I really only use powder around my eyes, around my nose and just on my chin here. I don't really get oily. It's just to stop this sort of thing happening. Like you can probably see the separation of that. I just want to kind of set it down. I'll just wipe off any remnants with my finger just so there's not an excess build up. So let's just go into this. A lot of people rave about this powder, saying how silky it is, so I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how it'll look on my skin. That is definitely mattified. That's definitely mattified. Yeah. I think honestly that'll do. I want to just keep some sort of dewiness around my cheeks and forehead, just so I don't look like a little dried up sponge. But okay, yeah, I'm happy with this. I feel like it's done a good job. I'm not looking cakey, I'm just looking set. Next I'm going to go into the Modern Bronzing Duo. Like I said, one is more cool toned, one's more warm toned. Yikes, okay. Let's start off with the cool toned one just in the very far back bit, and then we can go to the bronzing tone more on the forehead. Let's go in with the cool side first. Just want to take a little bit. Oh damn, that's pigmented. I'm just going to start off with the tiniest amount and I'll build it up. I don't want to ruin my face. Yeah, the tiniest, it's a very pigmented bronzer. The tiniest amount I feel like is going a really long way. Like I know that doesn't look like a lot, but honestly I just went pink with my brush. I didn't swirl or anything. I'm just going to add a tiny bit of the cool toned one just on my nose. I don't really like to contour my nose as such. I just like to kind of make it not look so flat, and I do this just simply by adding the tiniest amount of bronzer or contour, just kind of down the sides, but not with great accuracy, just to kind of define rather than really sculpt. I just feel like that helps sometimes. I don't know, sometimes I just add a bit of bronzer here and here like this. I don't know. And a little bit of the cool tone here just under my chin, because you know she has a triple chin going on, and you know anything to take that away for just a day would be lovely. Could go on diet, could go to the gym, or could just contour it. I'm going to go into the warmer side now. Oh! I just pressed that in. Oh, I'm scared. I'm scared. Okay. Oh damn. Oh damn. Okay. Please, please blend out. This is super pigmented, guys. Honestly, I don't mind a pigmented bronzer as long as it blends out, but it does scare me. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of frightens me a little bit. I don't really like pigmented bronzers. I like there to be pigment. I don't like it to be like, where is it? But yes, I also don't like to have a stripe on my cheek or anything. So I feel like this is blended out nicely, but I've just been touching the pan so gingerly. I think I'm going to stop with the bronzer now, just because I'm kind of scaring myself a little bit. I feel bronzed, I feel sculpted very lightly. I'll be honest, like, this is kind of scaring me a bit. It's kind of putting the fear of God into me. However, a really nice bronzing duo. Like, it's a really good kind of having the cool and the warm side of it, because I feel like I could sculpt and bronze. I think if I was just a hair deeper, like I said, if I just fake tanned and actually pulled my finger out and did that and stopped procrastinating, I feel like I wouldn't be so scared. I think, yeah, I think I wouldn't be so scared because it would be more my skin shade. This is that it's nice, it fits my skin tone perfectly, but I would be a bit more slapdash with it, I think, if it weren't so much of a contrast. But really nice, and they did actually blend out Really, really lovely. Okay, so for blush, of course, I've got the 2 powder blushes, and then I've got these 3 Sunset Blush Balms. I think what I want to do is apply the blush balm first so we can see how that looks, and then maybe try the powder just like on the top, maybe just kind of like set it a little bit. Let's open these up. Love the packaging, by the way. It's gorgina. I think there was one more in this set. I can't remember what it was, but it was much deeper than this, and it probably wouldn't have looked great on me. So I've got the shades Pesca, Rosa and Cherub, but I do think I want to go for Pesca, even though I know that's so boring of me. Maybe I should do Rosa because I kind of want to match it with a blush. Let's have a look, shall I? Hang on. I've only done a little bit, but this is Pesca, way more orange, and this is Rosa, way more brown. I feel like if I want to do like a deep smoky eye, which is what I want to do, I don't want to be too dark on my cheeks as well. So I think I want to go for Pesca. I just love an orange blush, okay? I love an orangey blush. I think what I'm going to do is just put like a little petit pois sort of size on the back of my hand, and maybe just take my fingers and I want to kind of just like kind of diffuse on there. I don't know how pigmented these are. Hello? You can definitely afford to put quite a lot of this on before it starts to really show up, but it feels really lovely. It doesn't feel like sticky or balmy, it just feels really nice and liquidy. Ooh. I feel like if you're a no makeup girly and you want a little bit of a cream blush or like a tint to your cheeks without being like really cakey, this feels really, really nice. Like it's added a really nice wash and tint, you can definitely see that, without looking like another product on my cheek. It just looks like I've got a really nice flush to me. I've got a little bit left, I'm just going to use it up because why not? I really hope that you can see it. I can see it on the viewfinder, and in real life I can really see that nice warmth in my cheeks. So do you see what I mean? Like my skin looks like it's got nothing on it. It just looks like dewy and it just looks like my skin. I just feel like that looks really, really nice. As I come further back like this, you can really see the colour of it, but honestly the texture of my skin looks really, really nice. It looks flushed, but it does not look cakey in real life at all. It just has this really nice glow flush about my skin. Okay, that is so far my favourite product. Oh, love it. I'm going to take the bronzing brush that I use, I'm just going to swirl it off onto like a little flannel that I keep to the side of me, just for this very purpose really, just to get rid of excess product. And I want to go into Pesca, and I think what I want to do is just touch and kind of set the cheeks by just like dabbing, maybe. Only because I want to put on as much as I can without it looking bad, but it's the same colour, Pesca. Oh, yes. I really want to try out this Skin Dew. It's kind of like their liquid highlighter. I've only got a sample of it, so you know, I'm only going to be able to test out a little bit. I don't know why I didn't buy this, to be honest. I think just because I had a sample I was like, we'll just see. Oh wow, it's like gold. Gold! It's really reflective though, it looks really pretty. Let's, I've literally just got the smallest little dot. Oh damn, okay. Oh, I might have to pick this up. I was actually worried about it being gold. I thought it was going to be too dark for me, but honestly it's kind of like melted in a little bit like the Skin Nova has, and just kind of give more of a sheen, like more of a glow than highlighting, like honestly. Okay. Oh, look at this. I look like glowy, I look healthy. I had literally like the little tiniest dab on my finger you saw. Oh, nice. Oh, I look really healthy. And again, I'm going to come up close to you again, I'm so sorry, but look at this. My cheek doesn't look cakey at all, it just looks really sheeny, healthy. You can still see my skin underneath there. It just looks really nice. Like really nice. Oh, I like it a lot. I've got the Bijou highlighter. I know a lot of people say that they like, again, mixed opinions, didn't know if they liked it, didn't know if they didn't. Felt like it was quite thick highlighter. Let me just swatch it first actually. I feel like it's gonna be a nice colour for me. Oh. See, I think I already prefer the Skin Glow upon swatching. The Skin Glow is more, is it Skin Glow? Have I just called that the wrong thing? The Skin Dew, sorry. I feel like the Skin Dew is more of a natural flush, very, very, very beautiful. This feels more, yeah, I do understand what people say when it's like a thick highlighter, but you know, we're gonna still try it out anyway. Maybe I should just do a little bit. Honestly, I'm not mad at it. It's not my favourite highlighter, if I'm honest. I do prefer the Skin Dew just because I think it looked more reflective and dewy. Like what you can see, that sheen is actually the dew coming under, because I bought it right down here, you can see. I feel like I've tried out smoother formulations of highlighter, but it could be one of those I want to get really into it, that it really comes to life a little bit more. I don't hate it. I think I've got to try this out without the Skin Dew underneath. It's not awful. Actually, like once it's warming into the skin, it's actually not bad at all. I think because the Skin Dew was so lovely on my skin that I'm kind of like, it's just a highlighter, you know? It's nice, it's not terrible. Would I pick it up again if I lost it? Probably not. Okay, now my favourite part, which is lips and eyes. I'm just going to go away and do my eyebrows, and then let's get on to the eyeshadow, which... Jesus, take the wheel, I'm so excited. Okay, here we go, eyes time. I'm actually going to put my shadow shields underneath because, I mean, who I thought I was thinking that I was going to get a perfect look without any of these falling out. Like, let's be real, I'm going to get fallout, probably, maybe, definitely. So let's put these under eye guards on, and at least then my makeup will be somewhat protected. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I want to kind of do like this very like burgundy brown black smoky eye using these, but I want the grey tones to not be the straight up greys. I want to kind of use these ones. So I think I want to do this in the crease, and then these on the lid, and then one of these shiny shades kind of all over once you've kind of got the base done. Maybe this one to diffuse. I think what I'm going to do is just point to the shades, speed this up with a little bit of music so you can kind of see what I'm doing, and yeah. eyeshadow on. I'm actually really liking it. I'm going to put some mascara on and these little half lashes, and then the eyes will be done, and then we can pick a lip and I think just touch up a little bit of the cheek, just because as I pulled off my little, where are they? These little eye catcher things, sometimes they pull off a little bit of the makeup, which is fine, I don't really care, but I'm just going to top something up. So let's put these lashes on and some mascara. Lashes are on. These lashes are beefy. They're very beefy, but I kind of like it. I kind of like it. I'm going to add a little bit more of the blush, just because I feel like I didn't want to add too much on earlier, because I didn't know how dark the eyes were going to be and I didn't know how much it was going to clash. I feel like a bit of the warmth in the face is needed a little bit, because obviously we're very cool toned and grey toned right now. I don't normally like to do black smoky eyes because I don't feel like I'm very good at them. So it's taken me an hour and a half to do this makeup. I also put a little bit of Colourpop pencil liner in Swerve just on my waterline, just to kind of tie it all in, because I felt like, you know, the more the merrier. I want something brown and cool toned, because then I'm going to shove this lip dew, which is Pesca, on top, just to kind of like add a little bit of honeyness to it. Let's go with Ninetease. Yeah, let's go with Ninetease. I'm going to go in with this darker lip line, Rumour. And then I want to take a little cotton bud. And then we'll go into Ninetease. Back in with a little cotton bud. And then we'll add the smallest amount of lip dew in Pesca. By the way, if anyone asks, I always try and like sanitize the, not sanitize, but like just wipe off any lipstick, because that was stained. I don't know if you actually caught sight of that, but it was like stained, not stained, but like it picked up my lipstick on here because it's quite a glossy formula. So I always just kind of wipe it off if I've had a lipstick like this underneath, so that when it goes back in, it keeps this colour like not contaminated, you know. But here it is. Let me kind of sort my whole nest out. And then we'll zoom out and, oh yes, I feel good. I feel really good. Okay, and here's the final look. I feel so grungy. I feel so good. I feel so good. I will say, like, the base is looking ever so slightly cakey. I have got dry skin. It's looking good in some places. But around my nose and on my chin, oh my god, my chin actually does look awful, and I think it's the powder, dare I say it. I don't typically powder a lot of the time. I do in summer when I tend to get a bit sweatier, but honestly I can't really do with matte and then powder, because on me it does just break up and cake a little bit. So I am noticing around my mouth and my chin where I did put that powder, it is caking up quite significantly. I'm just gonna kind of bring you in a little bit closer, just kind of have a look at what I mean on my skin. Like honestly, I feel like between my brows it's pretty good, my forehead looks good, my cheeks are looking pretty good, the under eyes, I mean, they're looking fine. Around my nose, it's looking just a bit cakey, and yeah, it's like here for me, on my chin and my smile lines. Am I bothered by it? Not particularly. If anyone's going to stare at my chin, if that's all they've got to stare at in life, that says more about them. But no, I feel really nice about this makeup. I think it's really nice. I really love every product that I've put on. I don't think there's any duds as such. I would definitely use all these products again. Maybe not in combination with each other. Like I think the powder for me needs to be applied with a foundation that's not so glowy and dewy. Like I didn't actually apply a foundation, I applied a concealer all over my face, which is already pretty thick. I think this powder would, for me, would be better applied with like a more serumy foundation. Something that's less thick basically is what I'm trying to say, because then powders usually work better for me. Let me, like I said, zoom in and just kind of show you what my face is looking like. Hello, welcome to my face. Let's start off with the forehead. Forehead's looking, I think, pretty nice. The eyeshadow hasn't creased or anything. I think the eyeshadow's pretty good. It blended all really nicely together. You can kind of see my cheeks are looking pretty good as well. Should I turn the lighting down a bit? I don't know if that helps. I don't know if that lighting's changed anything. And you can see here, can you see like my chin? It just looks like a bit broken up. It just looks a little bit broken up there. But yeah, and around my nose. Just kind of like generally around this area here. Nothing like terrible, honestly. And then like again, the cheeks looking pretty nice. The spot got covered up nicely. It's like not looking bad at all. I really like the colour of the blush. Like honestly, I think I look pretty healthy, and for a full coverage kind of look with a big smoky eye, I don't think I look really cakey. It's just a little bit here. Let's see if I just get my brush that I used for the foundation earlier. No, it's kind of pulling up now. It's kind of pulling up the foundation. I keep saying foundation, it's not actually foundation, it's concealer, but I think in this scenario sometimes more is more. I'm just going to do a tiny dot like this of concealer and just blend on top of that. I think it is genuinely the powder that's done that. Not to say that the powder's bad, I just think in combination it just didn't work with my skin type, which is absolutely fine. Like, yeah. Now I put that concealer back on, it's looking a bit better. It's looking like less pulled up. I really hope you can see it on the camera. I can see it in real life. It's not bad. It's not bad. I'm pretty happy with this. If I had a wish list for Vieve, I would love to see her come out with some form of setting spray. I know Jamie always uses the all-nighter. I think something like this would be really well placed in the Vieve line. I know she does have a full set of brushes. I don't own any of those brushes. I have seen a couple of comments saying like the brushes change your life, they were amazing. Honestly, if I can catch her on a good deal, maybe I'll pick the whole set up. Honestly, like I'm just kind of like, I'm not in a rush to pick those brushes up. Not to say that they don't look beautiful. I'm just not in a rush to pick up a full kind of kit of brushes at this moment in time, though they do look really good quality. I think a setting spray from her collection would be really cool. A foundation would be quite nice. I'd love to see like a kind of a serum-y foundation. Something that's medium to full coverage, like medium buildable, I think would be really, really nice, but in a really thin consistency. So it would kind of like juxtapose the concealer and you can kind of manipulate your base a little better. I think also a thin serum-y kind of like foundation would also fit well on her line because this is very glowy and very ethereal looking. I also feel like a mascara would be really well placed in Vieve, which I'm sure we will get a mascara at some point. She's got a liner. It kind of feels like she's going that way. I know she released her quads, those eyeshadow quads. I didn't pick up those eyeshadow quads simply because they didn't intrigue me, if I'm perfectly honest. I just kind of looked at them and thought they look pretty, but there was nothing screaming my name. And you know, like this one, it's really different for me. I do like her pink one as well, but I didn't want to pick up too many eyeshadows and not like them. Really, really like the eyeshadow quality on this. I think it was really nice and blendable. How would I describe this? This formula is like soft glam, but it's not soft as in not pigmented. It's just like, well, it's not glam, it's like soft grunge. That's kind of how I describe it. It's very, very nice and smooth. It's not powdery at all. They blend really, really nicely. When I say powder, I don't mean like kick-uppy. The metallics are very soft. They're not chunky at all, but they aren't like va-va-voom. As you saw on my eyelids, they're very sparkly, very smooth, very kind of, not wish-washy, but just kind of like they just go over the lid really nicely. They're not there to really be seen like other brands, which is fine. But I really like this palette. I really like this burgundy. I think that really made the look what it is. I'm looking forward to playing around with the skin, I really am. Also, these blushes are adorable and I'm so glad I picked up 3 of them. Honestly, I think these are the sort of things I could wear every day for work. Just pat on some blush with like a little serum-y foundation. I tend to wear that sort of thing to work just because I don't like to put too much foundation on my face when I'm at work. But honestly, these I feel like are going to be stand out to me. Only needed a small amount and it gave a really nice flush to the cheeks. Oh, and brows. I'd love to see some brow pencils from Vieve. I just feel like some simple pencils. Oh, that'd be good. Foundation, mascara, setting spray and brows. Those are the 4 things I would love to see from Vieve and would essentially complete the whole full face fantasy. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed. If you own anything from Vieve, let me know down below. What do you own? What's your favourite thing? What would you like to own? Just talk to me all about Vieve down below. Honestly, it's one of my favourite brands at the moment. I feel like it's just so beautiful. I love all of her merch. Honestly, Vieve, Jamie, if you can come out with a whole clothes line and keep it permanent, I would love that, because I low-key regret not picking up more of these shirts. They're so comfortable, so high quality, so edgy and cool with the little cheetah leopard situation. Really love her sweaters. Jamie, please, more merch, because it's chef's kiss. I love it. So thank you so much for watching. I really, really do appreciate you. Thumbs the video up if you have enjoyed. Talk to you down below in the comments all things Vieve. Subscribe if you haven't already and ring the bell because then you'll be notified of all the videos I upload. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!